So students, having learnt about the need for environmental conservation, the importance of environmental conservation, and how conservation of environment is collectively a social responsibility, we will now study how biodiversity in our environment affects in environmental conservation. So we are going to study environmental conservation in relation to biodiversity. Now, students, we need to understand what is the meaning of biodiversity. Biodiversity is a short term for biological diversity. Biological means living organisms, diversity means variety or variation, right? So basically, biodiversity is the richness of living organisms due to a lot of variety of living organisms that exist on this earth, a variety of ecosystems that are there, and even genetic variations within each species that you have. Now students, before we go ahead, we need to understand some terms. If we have forgotten, now let us understand what is the meaning of species. Now species are basically a group of similar living organisms that can interbreed and reproduce organisms which are similar to themselves. Like you have dogs are a separate species, cat is a separate species, tiger is a separate species, lions are separate species. So each of these species, they interbreed with each other to produce organisms like themselves. Now students, not only animals, but you have different species of plants. You have the coconut trees, you have the mango trees, you have ornamental plants, you have a vast variety of plants. You walk into any garden and look at the variety of trees around you. So there is a tremendous amount of variety in even plants. There are numerous varieties of plants, numerous varieties of animals, even within a species of dogs. Like dogs belong to the canine species. Within dogs also you will find there are so many different varieties of dogs. All of you must have seen different varieties. You have the Labrador, you have the Golden Retriever, you have the Great Dane. So students, there is, even within a species, there is a lot of variation. Now within human beings also you will find a lot of variation among themselves, variation within the same species, right? Like you'll find you'll find people with different hair color in different regions, with different skin color. Some are very dark, some are quite fair, some are pink in color. So you will find a lot of what you call genetic variation. These are called all genetic variations, that is changes or mutation in genes leading to variation within the species itself. Like for example, you must have heard about the striped tiger. Then there is a white tiger also. They call it an albino. You have the brownish colored squirrels, and then you also have the white squirrels. So within species also there is a lot of variation. So students, I hope you're coming close to understanding what is biodiversity. Biodiversity is the richness of living organisms due to a variety of living organisms, variety of species, even genetic variation within the species, and also a variety of ecosystems. Now with respect to ecosystems, you have studied so many types of ecosystems, like the tropical forest ecosystem, the grassland ecosystem, the desert ecosystem, the polar region ecosystem. So much of variety is there in the environment. All this collectively is called as biodiversity. And students, biodiversity plays a very important role in maintaining the balance of ecosystem and ultimately the environment. Even within a forest ecosystem, you know that there has to be a balance. If there are only herbivores which depend on the plants for their food, the forest will get depleted or diminish. So you require to counterbalance the herbivores, you require to have another species, that is carnivores, right? So there is biodiversity plays a very important role in maintaining balance within the various ecosystems and ultimately maintaining a balance of the environment, thereby conserving the environment. Now, because of biodiversity, we get so many different types of plants. From different types of plants, we get different types of medicines. From animals, we get different types of raw materials. From the different forests, we get different types of raw materials. From a tropical forest, you'll get a different raw material, and from an evergreen or rainforest, you'll get a different raw material. Biodiversity also is very important from the point of view of providing us with a lot of natural resources which we need for our day-to-day living. But all the more important is to remember that we should not over-exploit these natural resources that are available. If you over-exploit, then the variety or the biodiversity gets affected. Thereby, ultimately, what gets affected is the ecosystems and the environment. So biodiversity plays a very, very important role in so many things, in maintenance of various biogeochemical cycles like the oxygen cycles. You require to have a forest ecosystem. A forest ecosystem is needed so that a lot of carbon dioxide, if generated in excess in the environment, it can be absorbed. If carbon dioxide is absorbed, its balance will be maintained in the environment so that it doesn't trap heat radiation. At the same time, forest will give out a lot of oxygen which will lead to purification of the air and ultimately healthy survival of organisms within an environment. So students, I hope you have understood the need of biodiversity from the point of view of environmental conservation. Now, biodiversity exists at three levels. Biodiversity exists at the genetic level. Genetic level, or there is genetic diversity. As I told you that within human beings, due to genetic variation, you will find human beings with different color of skin, different, like in a particular region you will find that people are not too tall, they are short, for example, they don't grow to a good big height. In some places you will find people with a very dark color due to the what you call overproduction of the pigment melanin, which is controlled by a set of genes. So there is diversity because of genetic variation. It is also called as genetic diversity. Then you have species diversity. You have a species called canines, that are dogs. You have a species called cows, buffaloes, that are called the bovine species. Then you have the species of lions that are called pantheras. You have species of the tigers that you normally refer it to the cat or the feline family. So there is so much of variety even in species. So that's species diversity. And then you have ecosystem diversity, which I have already spelled out. You have different ecosystems, like the land ecosystem. Within the land ecosystem also you have a lot of different types of ecosystem, like the grasslands, the tropical evergreen, and so on and so forth, right? So there are three levels of biodiversity: the genetic level, the species level, and at the ecosystem level. So students, now having learnt about biodiversity, different levels of biodiversity, you have learnt about the importance of biodiversity from the point of view of environmental conservation. Now let us learn some steps that are to be taken for conserving biodiversity. So let's have a look at the steps for conserving biodiversity. The steps, the first one is protecting rare species. See, due to human destruction, due to hunting, due to so many human activities, species of plants and animals are fast disappearing. So to maintain the biodiversity, we need to take lot of care of protecting species of birds, animals, plants and other living organisms which are rare. In order to do so, there are establishment of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries as well. Natural parks and wildlife sanctuaries, they serve as good biodiversity areas, biodiversity zones. They help to maintain the biodiversity in the flora, that is the variety of plants, and fauna, that is the variety of animals in an area. So national parks and sanctuaries play a very important role. You know, we have some national parks in Maharashtra, to name a few. You have the Sanjay Gandhi National Park, Karnala Bird Sanctuary, which harbors a lot of varieties of exotic birds as well. Then the next step to conserve biodiversity is declaring certain areas as bioreserve zones. So bioreserve zone, students, is normally a large area which consists of a vast variety of flora and fauna, that is plants and animals, insects, butterflies. It's a vast area and it plays a very important role in environmental conservation. So in such areas, the human activity is prohibited in order to conserve the diversity or biodiversity in that area. So some areas are declared as bioreserve zones. Then project for conservation of special species. There are a lot of special species which are endangered. So there are projects taken up by the government at various levels in various states to protect certain species. For example, I can give you an example of the project Tiger. Like for example, project Tiger was undertaken to preserve the tiger species which were on the verge of getting endangered. So in order to conserve their population and increase their population, Project Tiger was undertaken at many places. In Maharashtra, it was undertaken at the Sanjay Gandhi National Park and also in Tadoba Tiger Reserve. There is an extensive program going on the conservation of tiger and protecting it. So then you have conserving of all plants and animals as a next step to preserve biodiversity. You need a variety of plants and animals to maintain a balance in the ecosystem. Then observing rules also plays a very important role. If we are judicious in our use of natural resources, then we can succeed in preserving the biodiversity and ultimately conserving the environment. Last is maintaining records of traditional knowledge. Students, traditional knowledge has played a very important role. What we learn from our ancestors plays a very important role in today's life as well. So we need to maintain a record of traditional knowledge on how steps were taken to conserve environment by maintaining biodiversity. Before we end, we'll have a definition, look at the definition of biodiversity once again. Biodiversity is the richness of living organisms due to the presence of variety of organisms, variety of ecosystems and genetic variation in species. Then the different levels of biodiversity, as I explained, are genetic diversity, species diversity and ecosystem diversity. So with this, students, we end today's lecture. So for now, students, thank you and take care.